All right, Bitcoin, a 1 hour chart. Let's take a look at it. And so this is real time. Like I haven't really scanned these charts. I just got back from church. The 1 hour chart. This has been a falling, broadening wedge. I mean, not much volume here to say that. I mean, this wedge could have went here. The most important thing is understanding that you got a rising wedge and you got resistance. So this is supposed to break lower and it's at resistance. However, your bigger pattern is falling broadening wedge. So we're not trying to predict this, right? We're trying to react. It's always plan A, plan B, right? Plan A, it breaks out here. You open up longs based on this idea. Plan B, it pulls back and then you're like, well, you got support here, right? Support here. Is this where you get a double bottom? And does that give strength for a breakout here? If you stick to trading the charts, the news is just going to happen. You can't sit up curled in a ball and just be scared of the news, even though I wasn't feeling amazing. When I was worried about the dollar defaulting, like, why do they wait to the last second? Get that stuff done. Like if the United States was a business, it would have been shut down years ago. Decades, and it's sad. The United States on a financial level is running how it is. Anyway, so this is but you guys get that, right? So falling wedge coming into support, if on a breakdown, right? So plan A, you open up longs. If you flip this level, 27,500, and then resistance is up here at 28,200. 31,000 is the big breakout number. We're going to get there in just a second. Okay, so you had this smaller pattern, and this happens all the time. You can zoom into, somebody asked about time frames. You zoom into like the 5-minute time frame, this falling channel, which is 68% chance breaks out to the upside. What happened? Bang. Then it hit the upper trend line, which I adjusted. I mean, you could say it was a bull trap and been down here, but I adjusted it. Every minute of every day, we're gathering data. Nothing's perfect. This idea was you just don't have volume. So weekend stuff is just hard to trade. And that's where, okay, so always remember this. If Bitcoin has a bullish stature going into the weekend, the whales like to trade altcoins. The shorting in the leverage group gives the ability to short. You can short the trades in the post in VIP and you can short anything, right? It's just that the new trading group specifically for leverage is just like play by play by play by play. Okay, I'll show you just as an example. This is the setups group, right? Where leverage setups are posted. And if you look at the time between posts, and there wasn't even a minute between these two posts. People get stopped out. People hit big winners. But the most important thing is like, look, this is posted at 1:11. And then they corrected the entry. They're giving you a number. Here's the entry. And they'll follow up through the entire trade, right? And ARB smashed the first target. If we hit the second target, ARB posted ARB short, and it says ARB short setup still looking strong, bearish cross on the 4 MACD. Still needs to confirm careful liquidity grabs to the upside. They'll try to strop you out. Here's ARB, 15-minute. Okay, so you got 1:11. Less than 2 hours later, there's a correction given on the entry and the short idea, and banging, it played out. ARB smashed the first target. If we hit the second target, if we break and retest on the 1 hour, the 9 simple moving average on ARB, we might have to flip long. So it's like constant updates, and then you've got different coins, and then like here was a sand short posted. Short 10 to 20x leverage needs to close under the red line to hit target 1, scalp trade. Scalp trade, quick in, quick out, right? Added 2 more targets to the sand trade, bearish liquidity, grab zone, 5-minute chart, sand, 11%, done. Constant updates. Look, I mean, just like, look, if you look at the time between these things, these scalp trades are short-term trades. People love them. They're like, I'm at, God, if I could just show you this. One guy at lunch, he works at a busy office, and here, right here, look at this. I doubled my money in 12 hours after joining, working an extremely busy job. I love the new group. And again, he started with small amounts. He started with 100. And like we say, don't trade with more than $100. You can't double it. But new people are doing well because I think personally, these are short term. It's like quick. But what I want you to see about MEXC is they're selling the dream. This MX token, I did real well on this. I was waiting for the pullback, and I missed this one. But you've got to hold a certain number of coins to get the airdrops. They're airdropping all these crazy tokens. There's an incentive for holding 2,000, and there's a bigger incentive for holding 20,000. This thing's been bullish while Bitcoin's been just chop city. And so they put in some very strategic ideas as far as how to you create a bunch of holders, like in Ethereum did it. All these coins that have staking and whatnot, they're creating a ton of holders, and that props the price up. And then when new money FOMO's in, the thing freaking goes ridiculous. But as an example, I was buying Binance on BNB. I was buying it for $3. I'd sell it for $4, buy it for $3, sell it for $4. Just happy with my 25% profits. And then out of the blue, I bought BNB on the COVID crash, and on that one trade, and it only takes one on that one trade. And believe me, I can't say, hey, I was managing my risk perfectly. I was textbook trading. I just knew that I was about to throw up, sick, scared, and my emotions were telling me to freaking sell. And I hit the buy button and I loaded up, and it ran from $9 to $600, and I didn't sell the top. But I know in me, when I get that knot in your stomach, when you just think it's all over with, FTX failure, you get that knot in your stomach, that is your internal buy signal. And you don't have to go all in. You could buy 20%, buy 20%, buy 20%. There's a video on scaling into these trades. But that was this is just something I needed to touch on. Bitcoin, I'm like yelling at the chart. You had this trend line here. Bitcoin came up here. Look at this green candle. When you have a solid green candle of this stature, and then you run up, and remember, long wick reversals here. This is the bull trap. Like these traps, you start trading these traps, and if they're right 75% of the time, and it's really like the shorter term time frames, but if it's on the daily chart, it's an even bigger move, right? Higher time frames, bigger moves, bigger patterns, right? But so you have this long wick reversal, got rejected by the 50 simple moving average, and then immediately back down, and now we're back in this range. Back in this range, not in this little falling wedge, right above that. And so so here's your low, your high. This is still a higher low on the daily. So if you want to run up here, it could happen, because you've got the uptrend is confirmed here. And then does it break out there, or does it come here and then break out? Or is the and this is what's crazy right now, is like the SEC is targeting these exchanges, like the godfather of crypto, Coinbase, like where everybody trusts, all the trust is there, you know, and they're getting Wells notice and fines, and you know the SEC is just going crazy. They got to get that under control. For you want big money coming in this market, get it under control. But you got the Chinese narrative, which we nailed Lena for 120%, 133%. That Chinese narrative, it was like hype, the hype cycle, right? Then we nailed key as well. We're nailing the bangers in spot. And remember, you can leverage trade any of these setups. The leverage group just gives you the advantage of like constant updates. Like somebody's in the trade and they're saying, here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. This is what to do. This is, you know, buy here, take 50% profits here. If Bitcoin does this, then adjust and, you know, you could add to your position, and it's just like bang, 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 bang. And who doesn't like fast money, right? Easy money. I like easy money. And so what on the daily chart, this is really nice pattern. You've got a falling wedge. There is a 68% chance this breaks out to the upside. You're going to get stopped here initially, 31,000, because that's where you got rejected here. And see how this. Really remember that this is more of a zone than an actual line, right? But then you got, see these right here. You're gonna have, you know, maybe not bust right through this, but if you, after you do, then that's what's going to give you $40,000 Bitcoin. This thing is a rising, I'm gonna draw a straight line. This thing is a rising wedge, and this breaks lower. Plan B is sell your spot positions, open up shorts. If you're new in your trading spot, just chill on the sidelines, learn. Like we've done and accomplished something in this group that I never thought was possible. Like we're catering to all different types of traders, and because we're teaching the knowledge behind this, you are able to be successful on different levels. We want to keep you learning, because this market it always changes, and you just have to be using the ideas that make sense during a given period in the market. If you're going long, and we kind of got stuck that way because we weren't pushing shorts. If you're trying to open up longs here, yeah, we nailed it. We nailed those, you know, a ton of coins. But when you get wrecked, when Bitcoin gets wrecked, like, just made sense to start making money. You always want to trade with the trend. The trend is your friend till the end. As soon as it ends, then you flip, right? So you had this inverse head and shoulders right here, broke out. Now if it back tests this thing and moves higher, you're going to 31,000. If that breaks, you're going to 40,000. So that's plan A. Plan B, this fails. Sell your longs. Open up shorts, obviously, because this will be a quick drop to 20,000. I mean, do you go down and visit 16,000? 20,000 would be a higher high, right? Which would give a bullish bias. You got Hong Kong opening up to a bunch of people in China. They open up businesses in Hong Kong, and then they trade through their business in Hong Kong, right? And people are saying, oh, China's testing the waters in Hong Kong, and there's only 2 exchanges that have been approved. And the most important thing to remember is there's 150 more that are working on getting approved. And so some of it has been by the hype, but the reality is we've got major market money flow coming, and they just increased the debt ceiling. So what does that mean? Money printer flips on. Money printer, it's got to flip on. They don't want to go into debt. They're just going to print more. When the money printer flips on, like it did back here, up only, right? And so there's a lot of ideas, whether now or in a few months, like there's a lot of opportunity for upside. But we're not trying to pick it. We're not trying to guess it. We're not trying to predict it. It's just real simple. This line, short the breakout to the downside, long the breakout to the upside. Easy. This is a very important idea, and this is on the weekly. So shoulder, head, shoulder, and then you've got this bull flag that is back testing the 200 simple. You don't want to lose the 200 simple. This is supposed to be the bottom. Always been the bottom. The bottom of the bear, well, this is panic situation. This is the bottom of the bear market, and we were here. I think I had the bottom. At that point, like I was still formulating my trading strategy. I was using Elliott Wave, and I've changed so much since then. And I thought, I think it was like 4,800. I was looking for a pullback from 6,000, and it got crushed. Ended up around 3,100. And here 3,800. And so the point is, there are multiple opportunities to get in this market at these given price points. But if you just bought here and held at 6,500, like a year or two later, you'd have been at the same price and you would have been bored of crypto. And that's how I started. I mean, I started buying cheap Bitcoin, and I was just like, man, you see all these little altcoins, 200%, 150%, 125% on Bittrex, right? But then I'm like, well, let me try altcoin trading. So I go over to trade alts. I buy ARK, A-R-K. I'm like, it's up 200%. It's got to be good. This is me back here, right? It's up 200%. It's got to go to 300%. And that's how retail thinks. And it goes back to what makes coins green. Coins that are pumping are all the talk, and that's why they keep pumping, and you get ridiculous pumps. If you have news behind the coin, those are the best trades, highest winning percentage, right? And if YouTubers are hyping these coins, but you just have to recognize, like, this is a game. This is a game, and they're trying to trick you, and they're trying to take your money. The teams and I'm telling you, like, there's a lot of wolves, sharks, putting out these projects, pumping them out, promising the dream, nothing ever happens. So I say gem picks are only good when the hype is there. Because when it's time to create this amazing MMO RPG with NFTs, and then you got to do something, and then it's slow going. But the hype is where you want to be, buying in early. Okay, so anyway, Bitcoin weekly chart. You really want to see the break here and the move to 31,000, and not the downside break where you lose the 200, because that would be painful. After 31,000, and again, these are the fib bounce levels, 35,000, 42,000, 48,618. So this is the golden pocket, 45,000 right there if you break out above 31,000. Okay. We've got a lot of content. We've got a lot of admins that care about your success. You've got to put some work in so that you understand the basics. Sometimes I go into these other groups, and I always see somebody, they're like, is Bitcoin going up or down? And I'm like, yes, because it does up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, it's like you realize how much you've learned. Grab anybody, grab somebody new, grab somebody at your house, your daughter, your wife, your husband. Here, sit down. Let me teach you this. When you start teaching other people, and Joe sees this, admin Joe, and it's amazing. Like, I moved him here, and best thing I ever did. Best thing I ever did. I make thousands of mistakes. Best thing I ever did, moved Joe here. Very, very good friend. Best friend. There when I need him. I need anything, I call him. He's 12 minutes away. I want to go out to eat, just shoot the stuff. Joe is just straightforward. Like, here you go. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Here's what it is. But he freaking loves you guys. He wants to see you guys succeed. He's so excited for the future because we see it. We've been there. We've seen what this market's capable of. And if you're new in crypto, you haven't. Experience is the best teacher. Trip is ready for the market to just explode. Very gifted. Always watches charts in Bitcoin only. Some of his trading ideas I don't necessarily pay attention to. As far as I've found a strategy that works for me, and I kind of block out a lot of ideas. I'm going long on bear traps, and I'm shorting bull traps where I'm closing positions. And it's really become that simple. The indicators, I'm telling you right now, if you get stuck on, the RSI, how many trades would you have missed right here? Look at this. Okay, look at the RSI. It is overbought. Okay, now let's mark it. Alt V for vertical, Alt V for vertical. Well, you're scared to open up a long because RSI is overbought. Bitcoin is $11,000. Bitcoin was overbought from October the 12th. It's on the daily chart, or on the weekly chart. October the 12th to March the 29th. What did the price action do? RSI, when this market takes off, RSI can work against you, just like stop losses can work against you. And you just got to take profits on the way up and pay attention to price action and order blocks. 448% gains while RSI is overbought. How much money did you miss? You can't let these indicators dictate your trading. They're great for divergences. Give me divergences and overbought and oversold areas in the RSI. But if you got one thing out of this entire talk, you have to zoom in, trade the patterns, look for SR flips. SR flips, I talk about it all the time. Let's see what it looks like. And I'm telling you, when full bull mode, you're going to be up here overbought, and you're going to be like, I can't enter because it's overbought. I can't enter because it's overbought. So SR flips, the price action comes up here, gets rejected, comes up here, gets rejected, comes up here. Really, this is forming an ascending triangle, right? And then it breaks out. And your entry is all of the strongest group of buyers is sitting right here. As soon as you get that pullback, you're going long. But now listen, everybody else knows your secret, right? There's big traders, there's big whales. They're not going to tell you how they're trading. They're not going to tell you because they're trading against you. They're trying to take your money. They will counter trade each other, and it's just like a battle where they're just trying to take each other's money. And so they don't want you to know how to trade. And that's what this market is good at. It's throwing a bunch of noise and news and nonsense at you all the time to play on your emotions, while the whales just take it all. if you would have lost this level, here, that would be, this right here would be a bear trap, or excuse me, a bull trap. Sorry, bull trap, bull trap, bull trap. I look for these and I short them or close position, right? Now let's analyze this. And we talked about this time and time again. These long wick reversals. So you had, and again, I just want to repeat this number. If you didn't buy oversold weekly RSI, you missed 450% gains on Bitcoin. Could you imagine what you missed on the altcoins? 1,000%, 10x, 20x, 30x your money. So don't get stuck on the indicators. Now, this technical analysis says to open a trade based on a breakout. This is probably even closed on the lower term timeframes. But it was supposed, and I'm yelling, I'll talk myself through this, right? And I definitely want you guys to. So the bulls would have come back down here where the strongest group of buyers is supposed to be right here. But you have a long wick, and then you completely lost the level. Caution, caution, caution. Like the bulls are trapped. So as soon as you see any type of bounce, if it's a lower high, sell it. This thing, kiss of death. Right? Those are I want to coin that term, kiss of death. Short the heck out of a bearish retest after you broke all-time highs. I'm like yelling at the bulls. You broke all-time freaking highs and then you lose it. And then you bearishly retest this level. Nuked. Gonna get nuked. Short city. And so talk yourself through these ideas, these charts. Understand these traps have been very easy, very lucrative, and I'm not stuck on the divergence. Well, divergences are good. I'm going to show you this real quick. Get up a little bit. Like right here, you got a bullish stochastic cross, possibly. RSI heading lower. And then, on the MACD is a lagging indicator, right? So it's behind. As soon as you see one of these ticks, when it starts, and there's a video on this, one of the ticks, make sure, like Trip made a new series, just more compact, get people up to speed quickly. But go back and watch some of the original videos I made while I was learning, and it makes it real simple. But you're about to get a bearish MACD cross and a possible bullish stochastic cross. But you're in a bull flag, and you're back testing this level where it was rejected, right? So that should be support. Very key, right? Big week coming. But yeah, again, we're always going to try to offer more content. There's a point where you can lose yourself, and you just have to key in on what works for you. And I would start with this. If you just buy oversold bounces on the RSI on like the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame with a bullish pattern and some news, then those are the trades you want. Just start there. And then put the time in. Being a millionaire is not easy. But once you're there, like the second million, not as exciting. The third million, after 10 million bucks, you're just another number. And so the most important thing is we'll talk more about like, and I'll do it now. Diversification. You don't want to be all in crypto. This market is crazy turbulent. You open up $1 million in Bitcoin buys and Bitcoin drops 10%, you lose $100,000, I guarantee you're going to wake up the next day and you're not going to be having a good day. And that's why I can't hold the coins unless I put them on a different exchange and I don't even look at it. And I already know what it's going to do because Bitcoin's designed to go parabolic, the halving, looking for the halving run up. I mean, we'll have a run up in between, but we'll make a ton of money. I mean, we made killer money right here. All the altcoins were popping, amazing money. And then we've had this weeks of downtrend, right? And so it doesn't take much, but to come back here and have this kind of rally where it's just up only, when this happens, I'm looking for the last 4 months of 2024. Here's the key. You've got to make the money now. It takes a couple bull cycles. And now with leverage trading offered, you can make money going both ways. And you have to kind of trade more, right? Because you're trying to grow your bag. And understand that when we're here and this thing's taken off, everything's up only, we're finding the biggest gainers. We pride ourselves on finding and identifying where the money flow is. AI is going to have crazy upside. Metaverse, there are these BRC tokens which run on Bitcoin. I'm curious to see what can the Bitcoin network handle? Like if Ethereum is slow as it is, and you see crypto kitties come out and Ethereum gets bogged down and you got $30 fees to move money around, right? And so, or you see, any DEXs and whatnot running on in Ethereum, and Ethereum is faster than Bitcoin. And so how are these BRC tokens going to work? I need to look into it more. But the most important thing is we're going to keep you updated on the money flow. You're going to know the way the market works is if everybody sees the Chinese narrative coins, if the Chinese coins or the Hong Kong coins, we nailed it. I posted a list. We nailed Lena. We nailed Key. And it's just having your feelers everywhere. I have a ton of friends in crypto who are very successful. And we have groups where we just keep everybody updated. And they're able to, when a bunch of big groups call a coin, it's moving. And so those are the reason why we're able to nail the bangers. When the market is choppy, people aren't posting. The news isn't coming out. But I'll tell you right now, this weekly is running out of room. Something's got to happen. But find the strategy that works for you. Keep it simple. Joe's going to do constant updates video-wise, and those are amazing. People are very grateful for those. Trip is amazing at analyzing Bitcoin, and he's taking the time and like these little 5-minute ideas. I mean, you want to long or short something, you could just watch him. You don't have to be in the leverage group. I'm just saying the leverage group gives you the ability to like short trades on altcoins and just like constant, like, here's my strategy, here's my thought process, this is why I'm thinking like this. So when you see somebody's thought process, that's when you start to think like a trader. And that's why we can't even keep up with the amount of people that are joining in the leverage group, and they're super happy. Like, thanks for doing this. Thank you so much. Thanks. And I was like, forever I was just tentative on it, but it's freaking taken off and people are making a ton of money, and it's only going to get easier. All this is going to get easier, right? So don't beat yourself up because Bitcoin has just been chop city, chop city, chop city. I'll keep you guys updated. all day. I'm going to do a walk around the pond and kind of gather myself, and then we'll do a YouTube video. I'll run through some more charts, get them posted for you guys. Can't thank you enough. I love you guys for this opportunity. We're going to run this next bull cycle together, and I'm dragging you to the top. Remember, I had Axie Infinity posted before anybody knew what it was. 136x. We nailed the bangers, right? MEXC, the bonuses are huge, and that's a good exchange to sign up for. But they're taking the small caps that haven't even made it to KuCoin yet. You got the most upside, but potentially the most downside, right? They're newer coins. You guys remember SafeMoon? That was a coin where had so much crazy hype, and it's just when the price goes up, everybody just assumes it's good. And where's SafeMoon now? I don't even know. But the point is, like, you've got to understand on a psychological level, here's how everybody else is thinking. Don't get stuck on, well, what should I do here? Should I buy here? Should I draw? Just take a piece of paper, divide it in half, right? Bullish case, bearish case. If you got 5 bearish reasons and 2 bullish reasons, then you're looking for a long entry, right? And you can easily close and flip on any fake out or any trap, which this was right here. This was a trap because you broke above the 200. Everybody was excited and then got nuked. So this was a bull trap. And you're looking at all the altcoins, and this you can do with leverage on the smaller term time frames. If you're new and some of this didn't make sense to you, it will. Feel free, reach out to the admins. They love helping you guys. They love seeing the success. They send me your DMs that you're thanking them, and they send it to me, and they're like, man, now I see why you do what you do. It's so gratifying for somebody that you don't even know to say, thank you for taking the time to explain this to me. I made $800, $1,000, $1,800. I've got walls, 3 walls in my office and 5,000 thank you messages and DMs. And that's why I do this, so keep those coming. This is the grind, right? This is the part that separates the elite from the sheep. The sheep, they don't want nothing to do with it. Nobody's talking about it. No one's asking you about Bitcoin right now. And so those are the times that we know, obviously, retail FOMOs when the price is skyrocketing and when they should be buying in these areas, right? Nobody's talking about it. You got to get some clarification out of the United States, man. Like it's frustrating because they're just like aiming and targeting. I think we'll see a lot as soon as we see some better clarity. You'll see the larger businesses, institutions, you'll see them start to, even if it's just 1% of people's portfolios, you'll see them start to diversify more. And it's already happening, but there definitely has to be, concerns for the altcoins in the United States as far as what next. And then for us, it's just keep jumping through hoops. The United States, they can't even pay their bills on time. Like what? And now the amount of Bitcoin that the United States has seized from all these activities, if they would just hold it, like, I want to see the United States in a profit, and them go, yeah, we held Bitcoin, and it's that easy. But anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for the opportunity. We'll keep you guys updated. All the admins are doing amazing jobs. Thank you so much for your hard work. As a trader, make sure I want to see whiteboards. I want to see add a second screen. Again, invest your profits, reinvest your profits. A second screen changes the game. You've got to have a second screen. I cannot trade on my phone, and I'm good at trading. And I cannot trade on my phone because I can't see it. And when I say I'm good at trading, I'm concentrating on, falling wedges with bullish divergence. I'm buying. If you have news with the coin, I'm buying, and then I'm buying the breakout, and then I'm loading up on the retest too. Coins with news. But right now, you have to remember on a business level, and these are all businesses, and this is software, and they're here to make money. When a coin starts, it's like, and I've had all kinds of projects approach me. Hey, we'll pay you 20% to promote the project, but we're going to give you the coins. I'm like, yeah, not really my thing. I'm busy. And they'll show me who else, all the other YouTubers, all the big YouTubers. Oh, we're working with this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Well, good. When the bear market freaking happens and everything rolls over, then what? What does your coin do? Something different than Bitcoin? It's the only coin that goes up while Bitcoin is getting crushed. And you have to put, these guys need to put disclaimers like, hey, this is only as good as Bitcoin is, right? The groups behind these tokens, I got a guy right now in the Caribbean. He's like, dude, Chris. He's like, come down, stay with us, hang out with us. They just want to pick my brain. And again, I'm like, yeah, it's not really my thing. I'm trying to help the traders. I'm trying to help my team, right? Not work against them. And all the time, hey, you want speaking engagement in Dubai? We'll fly you there. We'll pay you. No, not my thing. There comes a point in life where money doesn't motivate you. You realize that people are more important. Helping people is more important. I'm not showing off my Lambo all over the place. I'm not showing off, all this crazy stuff. I am proud of being able to go in and hey, you got a cart full of groceries, you got 4 kids with you, let me pay for your groceries. Go into the gas station, there's a long line, let me pay for everybody's gas. Go to the shoe store. Lady her son had autism. Now, let me buy you the nicest pair of shoes you've ever had. She thought it was crazy. I'm like, I can just give you the money. Up to you. Like, get the $150 shoes. Get your son a pair too. She didn't even buy her. She's like, my son's fine. But she got the $150 shoes. And I just said, keep paying it. And she was just like, bless you. Can't believe this happened. I mean, she had a McDonald's shirt on. I've been there. I have been that person. Not necessarily at McDonald's, but I'm just saying I've seen the struggle. That's what keeps me humble and makes me realize what is important in life is helping others succeed. It seems like everybody's just me. Go help somebody else and see how good you feel. In town, everybody talks about me. It's a smaller town. And they talk about how many people I've helped in bad situations. And that's what I want to be remembered for. I want to create a legacy where people appreciate, everybody has hiccups. Everybody gets knocked down. I just want to be the hand that reaches out that lifts them up. That's what Chris is about. If I can do this, you guys can do this too. Average Joe Crypto, period. All right, listen, love you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.